other people's cars. And it's other people coming to have a look at those cars. There's no value add from there. It's a property. So we need to think about getting properties. Because that's the only way you make money. Otherwise, you will only make the amount of money to manage something 5%, 7%, 10%, 15%. But if you really want to make money, I'm talking purely commercial. Everything else will be a plus. If you can make a commercially viable property, then your cost will be magnified. So, make a property. Now, it's also an ongoing entity. Yes. If you create a property, you can do it again. You can do it in another place. It could, I don't know, I'm sure NGO properties exist, but I'm not aware of them. Things that people are doing, and then they're instantly recognizable by the name. And people go and find out, go to them and figure out what it's like. And as can be taken anywhere at any time. You just pick it up, put it in one place, people say, I know that, and get it. And obviously, it's a money spent. Program is, this is what we started with. Is that if you remember, the first point was creating a macro view. Is what is this event? How does it fit into your plan? If you come to me and say, we're doing this event, it's okay, you're doing this event for what? What is your goal? What have you done? So you need a program. Sometimes an event is very good as a start point. Let's say if you are, example, which is you're starting a huge information drive, you're informing the rural areas about XYZ, it's either a medical, it's a public awareness message or whatever. It starts from one place. So say, we are going to go to the places. We have hundreds of jeeps which are going to various places. So this could be a flag off. So that event becomes more. Whatever you do, it becomes a start point of a program. Or it could be the end point. Where you've gone and you said there's a certain activism involved. People actually care about this, we want to change government policy. Then maybe you can do a whole program, and the event can be a calculation where you take the signatures of thousands and thousands of people and hand over to the minister in charge. For example, this is just an example. So it needs to be part of the program. If you take one event, okay, we are doing this event in this city, and we are going to do it in various other places. So how does that make sense in the whole picture? Because most people, from a commercial point of view, are not interested in a one-off. They want something which is okay, especially if you go to a marketing manager. So we are spending this much money, small amount. But we are replicating this throughout the thing. So by the end of this, we have a pan-Indian or North Indian presence or all over the deal. So it doesn't have to be one certain area. The problem is that typically when an execution, correct me if I'm wrong, execution-wise also, people perceive NGO functions as basically that Fiki or one of these places are they call one artist. Then they call chief guest who needs to be photographed as chief guest. Elections around the corner. They come, they do a landline set. They all go. They do a little expensive. Everybody claps. It goes back. And the same people attend all the other functions.
We
same set.
We've gone beyond the landline.
No,
Not that light lamp.
I'm talking about this is perception. It may not be reality. This is the perception the average marketing Joe has. So my this whole spiel which I've given right now is about just shattering that. It's about just being more connected. Then what you do, how you do, just secondary. If you got the basics right, then it's a difference in content. It's about just, first you need to speak the same language, which I think sometimes people come with really great ideas. I've seen some ideas which have come. Though it meant that my money would go. I could see it from the other side, how I could repackage it. All the money is coming to me put as one. Just a little bit of repackage. Which is just following that, but the person just couldn't convince and it fell flat, and I just said, fine, work for me. But if you want to go in there and get the marketing part, you need to be in tune with them. You need to fulfill a need for them, which is not targeted to heartstrings or social purpose. It is about making marketing sense to them, making marketing sense to them. That's the only way. Because there are advantages you have which they don't have. You have access to areas which they will not be able to. Let's say, for example, someone has access to educational skills. Corporates spend, FMCs spend crores trying to get into education, but they can't. You figure out what do you have that these guys read very well. They'll say, you know, they spend like, go spend 1 crore rupees on Delhi University Festival just to speak to the students. Maybe you have a free access to them. Just similarly, maybe into government offices. You know, like for example, there was a huge, all the insurance companies were figuring out a way of getting to government offices when pay hike came recently. Because they suddenly realized that these guys have got some tens of thousands of crores of responsibility to make the max in 5 years. Whoever gets to them will get them to deposit with them. But if someone eventually doesn't have access to them, where we say we run a scheme, saying, you know, if you buy insurance worth so much, 20 rupees will go to other cause. And I will get access to those organizations. Now suddenly the picture would change. You would be, you know, it would be a multi-crore money spinner without the event. It's just about access. You have to look inwards, see those few things you have which could be utilized by the client, and offer them at your terms. But if you have access, we are very clear we want to do this. You need to obviously you get access to this. So you need to work, and that's how I think abroad a lot of large-scale programs are based on market needs also, especially the ones which continue.
And also the most important about a program versus an event is that a program is becomes a brand property, as he said. An event being a one-time thing, you need a lot of marketing to have people attend it. You need to do a lot of visibility exercises so people get to see it and hear about it. But if you portray, like he discussed the Auto Expo, for example, what that is not just about the fact that you're doing it every second year, you've been doing it for the last 10 years, and therefore you can demand a premium for the space which will cost the same for a plastic exposition as for a jute exposition as for a auto exposition. The entire universe visiting knows what it is because it's a year-on-year. An event is a one-time thing which a person comes with for me. The speaker before us took her to the Indian island, or that matter the American island. The first year they had a mammoth task of making it heard, making it seen, making people buy into the concept. Second year onwards, they had to do absolutely nothing, and they had 10 times the number of participants. They had almost the same increase in the viewership and so on and so forth. So, a program year on year will become easier to do with every passing year. Instead of you having to go to people will come to you because they will know, okay, November is a time for this particular program, this initiative, and so on and so forth. So, my point is, over a period of time, it becomes easier to execute, it becomes self-sustaining, and it is it gives you more time and more resources to actually develop on new programs and new initiatives to make this entire thing grow. At the end of the day, growth is what it's all about as an organization, whether it's corporate or whether it's business. The third mantra is think out of the box. Now that's something which among 2-3 other lines is what we hear at every brief. The first line is, we are no Coke, we have no money. Little do they understand that Coke has less money than them. Okay. Second line is, think out of the box. I want to do something which no one has ever done before. Right? Now I can't exactly plan a moonwalk. That's also been done. Right? So pretty much everything has been done to them.
Just jumping inside.